What's going on, guys? It's your boy WF, and right now I've just watched my Falcons get obliterated by the Cleveland Browns. Yes, the baghead Browns beat my boys in. So I came to practice mode to, soothe my pain a little bit, get a little bit of labbing in. And while I was labbing a little bit, I decided, might as well just, I ain't posted a play in a while. Might as well give you guys something I've been running for a few years, and see if you guys can add it to your game and enjoy what I've been running for a while. So we're gonna take a look into the weak pro formation, and we're gonna go to the wide receiver drag play. Now, the base I form formations, like I form all the I forms, all the weaks, all the strongs formations, they have a stigma against them. And pretty much that stigma is like people don't see much value in these formations because it's kind of one dimensional, and I strongly disagree with that. There's a lot of things you can do, and what I'm going to show you with this tip is something that people really don't do from these formations, and it actually limits the potential for those people. And with one of those things is just motioning out the halfback out of the backfield. For this particular setup, I motion him to the right side of the field. I'll streak him. I'll put B on a whip route, and I will shorten X's dig route, and I put him on a baby in route. So this is pretty much the setup, what's going on here. And if you've been paying attention to Madden for the last 2-3 years, this is a very familiar look. You have a flat route, you have a corner route, you have a clear out route, and then you have a check down. It's just giving it to you from a different look, a different base formation, and then also I'm giving you that out route or that flat route from a different area on the field. Normally you'll see the flat route coming out of the running back out the backfield, or you'll see it from a tight end. You don't see it from the wide receiver position. So that's why I really like this setup, and it's a very good setup here. And the reads pretty much go like this. You're gonna be looking at your running back to start the play, the motion out running back to the right side of the field. You might be able to pop him early up the seam. More than likely, if you're going against a savvy defender, you're not going to get it. That's just your first read. But at the same time, you're looking at him, you're going to be seeing the whip route by B. If that flat route is there, you take it. If not, you move your eyes to the corner route by A. If he's there, take it. If not, move your eyes down to the check down with X. So like I said earlier, B is going to be sitting in the flat, holding the flat down. RB, his main, yes, you can hit him up the seam early if it's available, but his main job, his main numero uno job is to, control the eyes of any deep coverage. Like if it's a cover 3, you want his job is to, control that corner, push him back deep, creating room for the corner route. So that's pretty much what's going on with this play. Now let me just run it, and then I will show you the replay from a cover 3 perspective. Alright, let's hit the replay, and then I'll break it down and I'll show you it from a cover 2. So first things first, like I said, your first read will be homeboy right here going up the seam. He's walled off. That means you can't throw it. Move your eyeballs to homeboy right here, to the flat. Now depending on what type of you see, it's a bump based off of what's happening right here. Based off of how quickly the bump happens, you'll be able to throw this flat. You have outside leverage anyway, but if you feel like you can make that throw and create that easy yardage, go ahead and hit that throw. For me personally, depending on the situation down and distance, I will hold on to the ball because at this point I see I have all of his attention. He is committed to this right here, so I hold it to see what's happening with my third read, which is the tight end. Now the tight end looks open initially, and depending on your quarterback and your tight end's ability, his speed, his catching and everything, he may be open at this point, but you have to understand the fact that in a cover 3, even if it's a computer defender or a user defender, they're going to be, even if they drop back with the seam, their next read is to run with this corner. Now, if you're playing the computer, you may be able to fit this in. You probably will be able to fit this in for a catch if you have the right tight end. But let's say this is user defended, you don't want to throw this if it's user defended. But at that very same time, if he's user defended or if the computer takes him out like this, you're leaving this check down wide open. So there's plenty of options, there's plenty of options for you depending on down and distance, depending on what type of player you have at each position, especially the tight end position. There's plenty of options for you. It's a lot for the defense to handle if they're playing a cover 3 against this play. Now let me show you against the cover 2. So you got cover 2, cloud flats. I'm just going to leave cloud flats in because if I put hard flats, you automatically know you're going to have the corner out open. So I'm just going to show you it with a cloud flat setup. I'm going to snap the ball and then we're going to run through it. Okay, let's hit the replay on this one. Like I said, your first read is up the seam. He's walled off. You don't have it. Move your eyes. You see right here, you know it's a cloud flat because he's backing off. A hard flat literally will suck down on him and he'll just give you the corner out. But since it's a cloud flat, he's sticking back, and you know that you could, if at all, worst case scenario, if you don't like what you're seeing from the defense, you can check down to him right here. Like you can, it's an immediate check down. You can check down to him right here after he's settled back here. Then you can get 3, 4, 5 yards from this little check down, dump down to the wide receiver. Now, if you let the play develop further. Again, you may, depending if you highball this, you can fit this in. I personally don't like this throw. I think it's risky, especially if you don't have a top flight quarterback. There's always a chance you can get these inaccurate dice rolls. I personally don't like this throw. I'll move my eyes back down here for this check down to the X receiver because it's so much on the right side of the field for them to handle if anyone's being user covered, or if, let's say, even if he's stock the way he is right here, or if they put him on a deep third, it's too much for a player that's, let's say, guarding right here to cover. So this is going to be open all day long. And this, even talking about that, let's break down. Let's say they have a cover 4 version. They have a cover 4. They got a drop show 2. Drop show 2 is going to work just like cover 3. I wish we were in a 4-3. Matter of fact, let's go to the nickel. Let's go quarters. Cover 4 quarters from the nickel. Just so I can say I showed it to you guys. Don't want to have you guys out in the wild. Here we go. Got the setup going. Again, I'm going to snap the ball. Take a look at this replay. Then we'll work from there. All right. Now, cover 4 quarters is a handful. It throws a whole lot at you. It's a whole lot visually to take in. But you have to stay disciplined. First read, up the seam, he's walled off. Move your eyes to the flat. Oh, he's here. Take him. He is committed to everything other than him. Take him immediately if he's shown to you. This is what gets people in trouble. They don't take the clean flat which is available to them. Now I will show this afterwards that you can actually throw this and get yardage. Now that may be one thing that throws people off, but let's go through further into the reads. It just gets muddier and muddier if you don't throw this when it's given to you. It gets cover 4 quarters. Okay, you got the corner route. This is nothing but muddy work right here. This is covered in quarters. Let's take a look at your check down. Your check down is blanketed. You're only able to lowball this, which most people aren't lowballing this check down. The only way you get a completion is if you lowball this, and it's only for like 4 or 5 yards. So, and that's after everything is shown to them. So they already know that you're in like your fourth read if you don't take that immediate throw to the flats. And so that gives them the ability to actually home in on the fact that this is your only route that you have available. So you're either going to throw this into coverage, you're going to low ball it, which will give you a marginal completion for a few yards. You will throw this into coverage and have a potential interception, or you're going to take a sack. So quarters is very difficult to deal with, but let me show you the amount of yardage you can gain as you just take the initial whip route. So he possession caught that. That was an idle possession catch. But let's just count it. Let's count the yards. Again, it's a very clean throw. You're at 5 already. You're at 6. You're at 7. He falls forward for 7.5. You can, if he doesn't get that possession catch, you can potentially get 10 yards off of a whip route if they run cover 4 quarters. So here you go, guys. Take this play. Hopefully you guys can wrap it into what you do. Hopefully you get some use from it. It's your boy WF. Go ahead, check out some more of my videos. I'm out.